everyone! So first review for this week is for October's book club read with Lay Reviewer, which we were reading Living by Lise. For any of you that didn't see the introduction video, it is still available, but here is a quick look at the book. So obviously go and check out the introduction video if you want to get a really good look at the paperback. This is the video review, and I have just posted my Goodreads review, so if you want to go and check that out, if you are on YouTube, there is a link in the description below, and if you're on Facebook or on my blog, then there is a link within the post. And like I said, this is a video review for Living by Lise, which was our October book club read, and oh my god, I needed October. It's a hell of a book. It's massive, and I loved that because it had a lot of adventure in it, but it was an absolutely beautiful book. So yoga teacher Cam, she finds herself making a friend in an actress called Ella Templey, after they meet under what I'm going to call dire circumstances. I'm going to call it dire circumstances. It was traumatic. So when Ella sort of opens up to Cam and gets herself some help, she finds that, you know, she really did want to live her life, and she is going to want to live it to the fullest, but she needs to learn how to do that. So she wants to be free to live, laugh and love without the demons that have haunted her before. And so she, meeting Cam and spending time with Cam, she slowly comes back out of herself, and she slowly finds herself again, and she gets back into living, hence the title of the book. And for Cam, this is also a huge change, because she's not used to you know, she's not used to all this attention, and she's also sort of having to learn how to be friends, and slowly developing a bit of a friendship and a relationship with one of the hottest actresses in Hollywood, like literally. So they can't escape the attention, and it comes with so much more than she ever expected. But Ella, you know, she just, seeing her come out of herself and learn to live and love and laugh again, like I said before, and believe in being true to herself, you know, that's all that you as the reader and Cam needed to really get swept away in the story. Like, you really just got completely swept up in their relationship and what was going on with them. So I just loved how the book took on and sensitively dealt with the pressure that comes with mental health conditions. Lise did a very good job of sort of showing a reader how someone like Ella, as a celebrity and at their lowest, you know, is just a person at the end of the day. They're just like us. They have the same problems, the same worries, the same concerns, and they go through the same rough periods that we do, and it can lead to the dire circumstances or the traumatic events that opened this book. So for me, there's a lot going on, and it was very humbling and realistic to read about, and the way Lise just handled all the sensitive moments was really, really well done. She included, you know, emotions and actions that were just beautifully done, and they remained realistic and true to what you would expect someone going through those types of things, you know, how you'd expect to see it portrayed. Basically, it was really well done, and it really made me feel connected to Ella from the beginning, and therefore sort of like, although Cam and Ella's stories were so different, and Cam was a great character, all the emotion and the power behind Ella and her premise to live and be alive, and her life was just so raw and emotional and really deep, and it really got to me. So, you know, there wasn't a moment of the book that wasn't enjoyable, and even like the emotional and troubling bits of this book were still enjoyable, but they gave you a sense of empathy with Ella and with Cam as well, because their lives are so different, yet they've been through such similar things, and their connection was just perfect, because it created an adventure for Ella and for Cam as well, and it all was packed into a long book, because for the adventure Ella and Cam needed to have, you needed a long book. Even thinking about it, I'm getting a little bit emotional. Ella and Cam, you know, they really had that special connection. past experience built their friendship, and that friendship built to attraction, and then, you know, their friendship was lovely and light and hopeful, and so you could tell how much they cared for each other, and you sort of were getting the idea that they were going to become attracted to one another. And even just as friends, this would have been a perfect book, but the fact that they found something more in each other, and Cam really gave Ella a reason to want to be herself, and I think that's so important. Cam was such a giving character, you know, so kind, and she was always putting others before herself, including Ella, and she really sort of had a really positive effect on Ella, which was great because Ella really needed that positivity in her life. But Ella was definitely my favourite. Everything she went through, and the insight that Lise gave us into her thoughts and feelings, it just, like I said before, gave that really deep connection, and I felt very emotional experiencing Ella's journey, and going through it with her, and then seeing and feeling so much of the actions and emotions, as well as sort of just being on this adventure with it. It was very, very vivid in its descriptions and giving you what you needed to imagine what was going on in the story. It was a really strong and powerful book. So for anyone who, you know, mental health or anything like that, this is a great book to read, because it will give you a sense that you're not alone in some respects as well, I think, and that, you know, like I said before, even celebrities can struggle, and I think we should all remember that at the end of the day, we're all human, we all go through the same struggles, and I think that's what Lise has painted so perfectly in this book. But it's such a fantastic story with great meaning and a whole lot of emotion and heart. You can tell Lise has put a lot into this book, and so it's just a beautiful must read. So I would definitely recommend grabbing a copy. So that you can grab a copy, I'll pop a link in the description, and I hope you will. If you've read Living by Lise Gold, please get in touch. Please let me know what you thought of it. How did you find the story? How emotional did you get? And if you haven't read it yet and it's on your to read list, or you're planning to read it, or you're now really interested in reading it, again, get in touch, because it's always great to hear what you're interested in reading. And if you do read it, I really, really hope you enjoy it. Bye!